Guys, here's my monster review of Rage 2.0. I'm really happy that this review isn't as late as my last one, where it came at literally the next season. The Rage 2.0 is a water denier of the galactic era. Rage 2.0 grew up in captivity. He had dreamed of living in open waters his entire life, but when he escaped his aquarium, he discovered that no seas were left on his planet. All alone, he left the planet and wandered the galaxy until he found Kiradar and the monsters of her space ark. They instantly became his family. Annoying thing is, I think he's just like Nyla the Revenant. Yes, Nyla the Revenant, where he is supposed to be in Kiradar's book. Like, his lore literally just says he is Kiradar's, like, they're instantly his family. He's part of that group, but he's not technically in the book, which sucks. So that's annoying. He won't be able to help you in the Kiradar's Era saga, but I'm sure there are other decent monsters in there. His finisher, the big fish business, it's pretty cool. His face looks funny. Look at that. Oh no, that mouth does not look... Okay, you know what? It's fine. His finisher, big fish business, deals moderate water damage to all enemies, applies Mega Freeze and Total Blind. So this is just the most powerful denial move he's probably got. So you just want to really make sure everyone's shut down with that finisher. Pretty basic. His trait, I don't hate it. For what it is, it's actually not that bad. I've seen a lot worse. If this guy had immunity to Death Countdown, I would have lost it. So, first we have Hardened. It's and I feel like it's cool because a robot suit would be harder to give that negative effects. So all stat effects have a 20% less accuracy against this monster. It's just your umbrella trait. Maybe you dodge some tortures, some dots, some denial. There's a lot of everything going on around, and like that's sadly one of Lord Heyman's only faults, is that he doesn't have precision or true vision. So if someone's got bulwark or tough or maybe even hardened sometimes, it's not guaranteed to hit. So it's pretty good to have in this meta, or at least the meta we're about to be in. Immune to stun gives immunity to stun. So this is not the worst. Obviously, everyone has their own preference of what they'd rather be immune to. Like some people want to be immune to possession because of Lord Heyman. Some people want to be immune to like fear because of Lord Heyman. Heyman is the big danger here. But I always keep this in mind because Teddy Bomb is still pretty popular. That immunity to stun basically counters Teddy Bomb, because there are so many monsters who are immune to stun that it feels like these days you can only mega stun one guy on their team. So I actually quite like this. You tell me if you would have rathered him be immune to a different denial, but it's always like the robots that are immune to stun, so it just kind of keeps it up. And then his rank 3 trait is actually worth, Status Caster is actually worth getting, surprisingly, because it is a Status Caster self-precision, meaning that you have a 50% increased accuracy, meaning there's a good chance against Bulwark, against Tough, and especially against Hardened, you will land your denials. And, spoiler alert, this guy is a denier, so I honestly think that's pretty great. And one thing I will say before I get into the real review of this monster is I absolutely love his design. It is just hilarious to me that there's just a fish that just has a giant mech around it. Like, look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. It literally looks like Minion from Megamind. Great movie. And yeah. By the way, he is in the mechanical books, the family books, and he will be useful in the Halloween era saga that's going to be in a few days. You don't have that much longer to finish it, so I suggest you hatch this guy now. So, real quick, his relic slots are kind of what you'd expect for a monster whose 2 focal points are the staff and the mask. He has a staff and a mask, so stamina is covered for him. And yeah, that's pretty much the big thing. He doesn't have to worry about stamina. With the staff, his whole team might not have to worry. So, yeah, that's just a concern out of the way. So first, Robotic Fish applies freeze to one enemy, 0 turn cooldown, 24 stamina. I actually think this is pretty good. You can chain deny freeze. Only thing is, I really wish he did have nanovirus, because like it's always metal looking monsters that do nanovirus and denial, so that you could have chain denied with like a 0 cooldown freeze. So it's pretty spammable, just a little bit of stamina requirement. But you can't, but it's not the biggest deal. Then you have Treasure Collector, deals moderate water damage to one enemy, only like 30, so it's not like moderate, like good damage, it's moderate on the low end. Applies blind to one enemy, and it's blind for 2 turns. I might be wrong, but I thought blind was usually 3 turns. It's another 0 turn cooldown, 30 stamina, so it's not as cheap as the other one. Protector Suit. Man, this guy just feels like, okay, I'm gonna show you guys who I'm talking about. Like, he literally just feels like Brainlian number 2. Maybe it's just the design, but right here, he feels like just this guy. His moves are almost exactly the same, except Brainlian is for once the better monster. Alright, so getting back to my review of Rage 2.0. Yeah, Protector Suit, a damage protection and a 50% and a precision and a 50% damage protection. Pretty good. It's not like you really want to tank with this guy. This would be useless if he didn't have any support for himself, but he actually does, which is I really like on a denier. People like him and Merc, who they're kind of like basic deniers in what they do, but a little bit of self-sustain can be all that a denier needs to win the battle, especially since this guy does not have any dots. And then it applies that precision 3 turns, which will definitely help you in your denial game. So on a 1 turn cooldown, this move is not that bad. And Cosmic Compiler. Alright, on a 1 turn cooldown, 36 stamina, so all low. This is basically your low AoE. Deals low water damage to all enemies, applies blind to all enemies. So this is really an optional move. Maybe you do run it because, let's say you don't like self-sustain, you do this, and you give blind, which is 2 turns, so that even if you can't freeze them or total blind them back to back, you can give them blind, and there's just a chance that they don't get to deny you, because it's for 2 turns. Personally, I don't think it's worth it, and blind is one thing that so many monsters that are immune to these days. As I said, it is annoying how many not meta, like the lower leagues, you're gonna see a lot of blind, and that's why you see a lot of blind immunity, so it's not the best. Trophy Totter, which I'm surprised it does heavy water damage. It actually made me consider thinking about this guy as an attacker, but sadly he is not built for that, not with his damage output. Although for once he is a water monster, one of my biggest quarrels with monsters these days, like Kenekro and let me think, other monsters of that breed, is that we live in a fire light meta, right? So you need to be either fire, light, you either need to be not nature and dark, or you need to be none of those. The best thing you can be is water and metal. This guy was almost water and metal, it looks like, but he just turned out to be a water monster. They really could have added the metal element if they felt like it. I'm kind of glad they didn't, because, he doesn't have any metal moves, so I don't see where they would have. Although, that's what I said, if the monster is a denier and he's metal, he always has nanovirus. Alright, so, heavy water damage to one enemy. 50% damage, not high enough to be an attacker, but it's a pretty hefty attack against any fire monsters, which there are a lot of fire monsters. And applies total blind to all enemies. I personally love this. Maybe this is all you need to finish off a dodge area enemy, because these days taunt dodge area doesn't exist, but still almost all of the best monsters in the game have dodge area anyways, because Monster Legends likes to make broken monsters have dodge area. I always love something that can do single then to all. If this would have been like a double total blind to one enemy then total blind to all, that would have given him a lot of value, because that is a really versatile move that helps a lot with bulwark and dodge area, as I said, but we couldn't be that lucky. Freeze Cushion. Oh, okay. This one's 2-turn cooldown, 38 stamina, by the way. I mean, it's a lower than I expected stamina cost for a heavy attack, then a denial to all. I thought it'd be a little bit more. So lucky us, it's only 38. Freeze Cushion deals moderate water damage to one enemy. Applies freeze twice. Okay, so yeah, this is what I was saying. Great against dodge area monsters. It's on a 1-turn cooldown, so you can cycle this with like something like Trophy Totter or a support move like this one. So yeah, freeze to double freeze is just great against any enemy, no matter what, because when you play enough matches, you realize that 20% of hardened, that 30% tough, and that ridiculous bulwark, it really is going to make you miss a decent amount of times, because it is 1 in 5 chance to miss if they have hardened. So even AoEs, you don't know if it's going to land on everybody if anybody has hardened. So it's great to do it twice just to make sure the biggest threat is immobilized. Oxygen activated, applies precision and life regen to itself, gives 50% of stamina to itself. This move is, oh my god, on a 0-turn stamina, 2-turn cooldown. I think this is amazing. We've been seeing moves like this on people like him and Darman, and it's really good. Okay, so first of all, every 2 turns, so basically at the start of the battle, at the first sign that you might need to use this move, not only can you use this instead of recharging, because look, it gives you 50% of your stamina at the cost of 0, it is basically the same as doing a recharge. So this monster has its own efficient built-in recharge with regeneration and precision. So not only do you get all of that stamina back, but you get life regeneration, giving you some like longevity, yes, giving you a longer lifespan in the battlefield. You can heal back the damage that you took, and maybe you run this and the protector suit just to kind of stack up him being a weirdly tanky denier. I wouldn't go that far, but precision and regeneration, spammable with 50% stamina increase, or no, 50% stamina to itself. This is an amazing support move. I'll try and show it off when I use him. And Frost Scold deals moderate water damage to all enemies. It's only 30 damage, so sadly it's not some high AoE. And applies freeze to all enemies. 2-turn cooldown, yep, that's what I expected. A steep 46 stamina for a freeze to all. There's a decent chance it misses, but either way, it's just your basic AoE freeze. And with that being said, going over his skill set, I gotta say, I don't think this monster is going anywhere anytime soon. I think he would be one of the monsters you just get and rank up, because PvP monsters are always Era Saga monsters, but he's not even. So I think he's a really nice beginner denier, since he has 2 AoEs, a precision in a great support move, and a double go. But overall, I don't think you'll be seeing much of this guy ever. I'm gonna use him maybe because he looks really funny to me, and I get that that's like the silliest reason for like someone like me to want to use him. But hey, this dude is literally just a fish in a mech suit. Someone's got to appreciate this. So look at this. Good display of why it's great to have 2 denials. He is immune to freeze. And instead of being screwed because I have 2 freeze moves, I have Trophy Totter. So look at this. Total blind to all enemies. They can't touch me now. So what do I want to do? I want to keep going. Oh, and look at this. Oh, my mask isn't letting me lose stamina. I was trying to show something off, but I need to lose stamina for it. Alright, so I'll just have my good friend Lord Heyman deny. And then, look, I can't even efficiently lose stamina because I have oxygen activated. So I'll attack you. It is a lot harder to lose stamina with this guy than I thought. Low stamina cost, guys. This guy, he doesn't even need the stamina relics because he's got really low cost. Alright, and look, let's say right here I was struggling. I had, 50% of my life removed, and I had, blind, minor blind. he even gives blind in his skill set. So as I said, blind is something you're going to get hit with often in the lower leagues. So you apply this, boom, you have your precision, you have regeneration, you gain 50% of your stamina. So look, he has full stamina. It's basically a full recharge with extra benefits. And then boom, you go ahead and you do that denial. That probably would have hit no matter what trait that monster had. I mean, of course, except if he was immune to it, but you know what I mean. Then you do trophy totter, boom, total blind is guaranteed to hit. And then look, after 2 moves, you can reapply that precision, regeneration, and gain that stamina back. So he can like infinitely deny. And look at this. This move is on a 2-turn cooldown, and his trophy totter is on a 1, and he's got freeze cushion on 1. This guy's got a pretty decent denial cycle, because look, and he goes to it, he total blinds, and then by his next turn, where he's already lost half his stamina, he can just gain it back, keep that precision, keep on that, like, what is it, like, how do I say? Yeah, accurately deny without missing. So that is the word I was looking for, and I totally didn't have to cut to go find it. Total blind. Wait, would you reflect the move back onto your own team? You would. Oh my god, that's such a smart finisher. There's no way I can lose, right? And then look at this. Regeneration. I didn't think I'd get to show it. And then look. Boom. Strong finisher to finish it off. Sadly, Lord Heyman, almost impossibly, has once died. A moment of silence for our lost hero. And yet, bruh. Alright, well, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed making this thorough review of, like, the most basic monster ever, but I really enjoyed it. And I made it, like, you know, more towards beginners, because we know there's no pros who are going to use this. But I try to, like, highlight all the good sides to any beginners who are going to be using this fishy boy, Rage 2.0. He's a very grumpy fish when his lore is really wholesome. It doesn't make sense to me, but anyways, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave the like on a video. It's 1 like means a ton more than anything else. Like, it makes my day to see that someone liked the video and they enjoyed it and they found it helpful. Leave a comment and I will respond. Do you like this monster? Are you gonna try and get him at rank 3 at least? Are you gonna use him, or are you too good to use him? You know, I say that to my viewers like Abrigo, who are just really good. And subscribe to join the Crab Army. We are at 118 subscribers, and you know, the second we reach 120, I'm 120 gang, and you'll never be able to say you subscribed before then. So join beforehand. Shout out to a new subscriber, Pink, that I saw. It doesn't always tell me every subscriber, but from now on, if I see you subscribed, I'm gonna try and shout you out. Thank you for all the support on this video. Thank you for watching the video. That is all the support I really want from you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you have a great day. That's about it. Your favorite Omni-Crab signing out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.